Hey YouTube, welcome back to Ron&Lia. Today we are back with a video about keeping your marriage healthy and alive while having a newborn baby. As you can tell, we are both exhausted. I know I'm exhausted. My baby has been fighting his sleep. Well, our baby. See, that's what we're about to talk about right now. Our baby has been fighting his sleep all night. So if you're interested in our tips for keeping your marriage alive and healthy while having a newborn baby, make sure you keep watching. So if you see any stains on my shirt, that's because my baby spit up on me, but I might have just given myself away. You probably can't even see it on the video.
I see it.
You see it. But yeah, so our baby is 8 weeks old today, actually, and he is so beautiful. I just love him so much. I love being a mother. It's my favorite thing in the world. So yeah, what about you, honey? We can start with you. What do you think some tips are for like keeping your marriage healthy and alive while adjusting to life with a newborn?
That's a very good question. I mean, first of all, we know, prayer.
Yes, prayer.
A lot of prayer. I think with the newborn baby, your life changes. I mean, I knew there's going to be a change, but this is a huge change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Leah does 90% of it.
You're so funny.
So my little 10%, I just have a routine that manages that. But I think those little things, having the bottles ready, sterilizing the bottles, cleaning the bottles, I know Leah likes that.
I do appreciate
Yeah.
everything that you do.
Yeah.
So you think having a routine kind of keeps us on track?
So I'm just trying to do my part as a dad. I mean, she carried Noah for 9 months, and she pushed him out of her womb. So to me, it's like I can at least, do the house cleaning and have some breakfast for at least 3 days out of the week. While she's at work. And
I do enjoy when you cook.
yes,
I really enjoy. He's an amazing chef, by the way. He can cook up some food, so I'm a very lucky lady.
yes. So those are things. It's like they seem like they're small things, but that's my way of trying to show her that, I'm here, I'm present, I love her.
The cooking and, everything that you do, for the baby, that does keep the relationship healthy and alive. Good points, baby.
How about you? There's more, but
I think,
let's get your thoughts.
so from the mother's perspective, like you said, we carried the baby for 9 months. We're so attached to the baby, and it gets, the attachment, grows once you actually have your baby. I think every mother can agree with me on that. So with that being said, you want the baby with you all the time, or I want the baby with me all the time. When you don't allow your partner to be a parent, that can put a strain on the relationship. I noticed if you're constantly hogging the baby or like constantly trying to tell your partner what to do with the baby, that I noticed that can kind of put a strain on the marriage. Because I did a lot of that when we first got home from the hospital. I mean, I was like telling him, like, he's hungry, feed him right now, change his diaper, do this, do that. Ron was like, you're not even giving me a chance to bond with my son, let me be a dad how I want to be a dad, and you parent, how you want to parent. So I've learned to just kind of back up, and when the baby is with Ron, I let them do what they want to do. I don't jump in and try and tell him what to do, because that can kind of just, not even just as a parent, just as a man, I'm sure that's kind of annoying to have someone constantly nagging telling you what to do. And I've noticed that our marriage is better and our communication is better when I just step off or step back and allow him to be the father that he wants to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. If the baby is not being harmed, just enjoy your time. Mothers, just enjoy your time. Let dad and baby have their time. I feel like dads are a little bit more spontaneous and a little rougher with the kids than we are. But if the baby is not being harmed, if they're just having a good time, just let them. Respect your husband enough to let him be the father that he wants to be. And that's one major tip. Don't try to just completely control everything, because that's going to affect your marriage. So that's probably the biggest tip for me. What else?
Be spontaneous.
Oh, yeah, be spontaneous. And I would say for the mothers.
I'm talking about the bedroom. What you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
Okay.
Well, that too. The baby, especially newborn babies, they sleep every 2 to 3 hours. So sometimes you sleep when the baby sleeps. Sometimes you get creative. So we're going to leave it at that. So another way to keep your marriage spicy and spontaneous while having a newborn, I think for mothers, don't just completely forget about your spouse. Yes, you have a newborn baby who needs you, 24/7, but you're still a wife. You still have a household, and you still want to keep your marriage fun, and, because your child is going to grow up and leave you one day, and you're still going to have your spouse. So, and I've seen it happen a lot where people just kind of have kids and the child becomes like the top priority, which he is both of our top priorities right now, but we still make time for each other, we still make time for each other. So that's a really big tip, I would say, for mothers. Don't just completely forget about your spouse,
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the moments of intimacy is different. It's more creative. Like when I'm with Noah, and I'll sing. When I sing, I just make up songs.
Oh yeah, everybody knows you make up songs with a newborn baby.
And then, but I'll just sing to him. Your mother loves you. Your mother is beautiful. And so I'll just sing things like that.
Yeah, and you kind of notice stuff like that, like, okay.
So it's like, so that's the way even though I'm singing to Noah, but that's how I'm telling my wife that I love her and how she's special. So.
Oh yeah, and I do the same. Yeah, like if I'm walking around the house holding him, I'll kind of include Ron and say, "Oh, your daddy loves you," or "Look at daddy," or you just have to include your spouse, like and that may not be easy for a lot of women. I know a lot of women breastfeed their newborn babies, which I did for a couple of weeks, but I chose to formula feed my baby. That's just what worked for me and my family. So I think it makes it a lot easier to have that balance. So mothers who are like breastfeeding on demand, it may be a little bit harder to kind of include your spouse because they can't just grab a bottle and feed the baby, So I think in that case, you'll just have to, dads maybe, just have to kind of be a little more patient. But
I think feeding with the formula, it really helped me a lot. Because it gave me more time to feed in the bond with Noah.
See, I think just respecting one another keeps your marriage healthy, regardless if you have kids or not, but especially, with a newborn and both of you being, sleep deprived, it's easy to kind of snap at your partner or say something sarcastic or disrespectful, just, you know, without you even thinking. I think that in itself, just having that respect is going to keep the marriage, you know, healthy and happy. And that's what I've learned, you know, because you could be on 2 hours of sleep and, you know, your spouse can just be getting on your nerves, and it's easy to just, you know, tell them off. But it's like, okay, this is still, you know, my person, so I'm not gonna just be disrespectful, because you may regret whatever it is you said. And so,
yeah, especially just a moment. And I think what's really helpful is knowing that each of us has Noah at heart.
don't sweat the small stuff. That's probably the biggest tip I have for keeping your marriage alive and healthy. And so, and just being patient. Be patient.
Patient.
With, you know, with each other, and just, you know, try and chill, you know, relax, try to get you some sleep when the baby sleeps. And just remember that your marriage is the original relationship. You know, the child, yes, you love them, but your marriage is, you had each other before you had the baby. I think that concludes the video. Hopefully you enjoyed our tips for keeping a healthy marriage while having a newborn. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I think we got us a couple of subscribers now. So yeah, make sure to like the video and leave us any video suggestions down in the comments, and we will see you beautiful people for the next video.
Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving and
yes,
happy holidays to you.
Yes, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.